Hi y'all, so today is December 7th and I'm here in San Francisco at mile 8,814, and today I'm getting ready to go on like a Christmas tour. It's the Victorian Alliance of San Francisco presents a festive tour of Alamo Square Victorians. This is going to be pretty freaking awesome. I'm not really sure how far I'll be walking. I won't know till after I get back and map it out, but I'm thinking about a mile or two. And this should be pretty freaking awesome. There's like 5 houses to go check out, and then 2 of the houses that we'll be stopping off at are of the painted ladies. So that'll be really freaking sweet. All right, time for me to go get in line and let's go check out these homes. And first up is the Westerfield house.
I mean, what you're seeing is largely meant to look like the 1800s Victorian look, but the history of the house even after that is pretty amazing. Through the 1920s, there was a speakeasy down there. This was called sometimes the Russian consulate, which it was unofficially, but Russian Tsars moved in. There were, I think, the third set of owners or so. They had escaped the revolution in Russia, and they were given some exception to be able to sell alcohol down below. Wow. I don't know if we were officially given the exception or not.
Oh, look at this.
And this was a butler's pantry.
Yeah.
And so all of this has been put in, since then.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, from people trying to get me years ago.
Oh, okay.
Being all dressed as fairies
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah. My husband was checking the farmer and he
Now, these are something I'd see on the Antique Roadshow for sure.
Okay, so what do you want them to do?
Well, that's the first house. Right there are the painted ladies. This house here, and I'm not sure which one there that we're gonna go tour, but this will be really awesome. And next up is the blue painted lady.
In 1892 by Matthew Kavanaugh, who was the developer for all these houses. He built this one first, and then once they completed the last house in 1895, then he sold the house and he and his family moved to San Rafael. The next family that lived here for 3 generations, and then eventually the house fell into disrepair and it was condemned by the city, slated to be demolished and have a parking lot put in. But a guy named Michael Kavanaugh bought the building in 1975, and he restored, made most of the restoration work that you're going to see. He was a modern furniture designer, so you'll see this is more modern than most of the other houses I can see today. Bye.
Thank you, thank you.
Built by a guy named Matthew Kavanaugh, who was the developer for all these houses that are grown here.
Standing under one of the gems of the house, the antique gasolier. The other chandeliers are gas uppers and electric lowers. But even if the electricity goes out, we're still going to have a well-illuminated first floor. The prior owners did lots of restoration work. Michael Shannon did a ton of that before us, leaving us time to do fun things like collect 5,000 antique chandelier crystals, which is what the tree is covered in. Yes, enjoy. The peacock is ours. He was local. He actually lived with a farmer, a very nice long life until he passed. And we got to meet the farmer and hang out with him. All of these other Victorian houses have peacocks. I want mine ethically sourced to know where he comes from. Come on in. Welcome, welcome! We're the newest on the block and the oldest house on the block. You're standing under one of the gems of the house, the antique gasolier. And our other chandeliers on this floor are gas uppers, electric lowers. Michael Shannon, 2 owners back, did a ton of restoration work. lots of fixing up everything in the house so we can just be the lucky beneficiaries of it. And it looks it's time to collect the antique chandelier crystals that are covering our Christmas tree. There's about 5,000. Yes, I would love to take a photo for you all. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2,
Marble table.
3, and 3. Yes, absolutely.
We actually have Hannah from House Freckles made. And normally these would be up on the 3rd floor, but she brought them down just so you could enjoy them.
Oh, that's a beautiful view. Look at that huge mirror. Wow. So that's actually the Shannon Kavanaugh house, not the blue painted lady. Now we're heading to the blue painted lady. And this is the blue painted lady. Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, this was the stair elevator
This is my family's home. We've lived here for 26 years. My mother, if you're from San Francisco, get ready for this one. My mother bought this on a school teacher salary.
Oh, wow.
Back in the day. It wasn't easy 26 years ago at all, but it's near impossible now. She was a very amazing businesswoman. But basically, I started doing house tours here every day just to honor her. And we give the money to various of her charities or to restoration projects. The House of the 7 in the row here is the most intact. It has all the original, this doesn't even have a dent in it. All the stained glass, all the plaster, all the woodwork is all the original. The ceilings are done at different times. We figured this is about 50 years old. The one in there could be original to the house from 1894. And have any of you been to the corner house yet? That was built by Matthew Kavanaugh. He built all 7. He did that one first. That was for his family. It's 1,500 square feet bigger than this. So it's like this house on steroids. But the decorations are the same. The layout is exactly the same except to reverse the kitchen and the dining room because you can take advantage of the street. The ceilings in here, they use real metal. So that's nickel. This is gold. That's called Dutch gold. It's the cheapest gold you can get. I leave the lights low like this. This used to be a real gas light. They probably converted it in the 1920s. The house at the corner and some of the other houses still have gas lights. You'll see them today in some of the other tours. This had already been changed, but I leave the lights low like this because when it gets dark outside, the ceiling starts to do this. It moves. It shimmers. When you come down the hallway here, look up the light well, and you'll see that there is a 1894 gas light that's been converted to electric. Just for fun, I put the goofy bulbs in last Halloween, but look what it does to the ceiling. It'll show you what these ceilings do at nighttime under gaslight level of light. See how the ceilings are in here are coved. About 6 years ago, I got contacted by the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. And I think at first they just wanted to take like a publicity picture, but then they found out that these rooms have the most unbelievable acoustics. So we see 26 people here and 20 in there, and they perform in the middle. We've recently had San Francisco Philharmonic, San Francisco Symphony. We've been doing that for a while, and then all of a sudden I get a call from Barcelona. And it's this young man, and he said, I really want to do a concert at your house. I said, where did you hear about it? And I said, who are you? And he said, I'm Franz Liszt's great-great-grandson. And he sent me a reel of all his performances, every one of them with the Barcelona Symphony on a Steinway grand piano. And I said, we might not be a very good match. Look at my piano. And he says, I'm not coming for the piano, I'm coming for the house. So he came and did the most amazing concert here. Well, I thought that was as good as it was going to get. And then about 9 months after that, my phone rang, and it was from London. And this guy said, I want to do a concert there. And I think my friends were like pulling my leg. It's a guy from a company called J. Beer, and they're the conservators of some of the most valuable, rare instruments in the world. He showed up 10 days later with $23 million worth of violins. And they did a Vivaldi concert in this room. Stradivarius from 1722, an Amati from 1644. And he had just been with Yo-Yo Ma, and he brought Yo-Yo Ma's cello and propped it over in the corner. Everybody in this room was just crying and carrying on. I'm out in the hallway just sweating bullets, and I go, "Where's your security?" And he says, "Oh, we have insurance." I go, "We're all going to get murdered." But this house basically is, I can't emphasize enough the magical things that happen because this house is what this is. And literally, if you ever come, I do a tour every day at 4 o'clock. We do the whole house. But the stories of things that happen in this house, you won't believe them. That's just one with the music. If anybody wants to come on one of these concerts, I used to have a sign-up list. It's too hard for me to maintain. Just friend me on Facebook. There's my name. Take a picture of it before you go out. And my name is George Patrick Horsfall. I'm one of the legions of old people that still do Facebook. But I put everything on that Facebook page with links. So if you want to come to a concert, a political meeting, or anything else we do here, just find it on Facebook. It'll all be there. So thank you so much for coming. I want to introduce you to Joellen Maloney, daughter of San Francisco.
George mentions the magic of this house. This is my favorite room in the house right here because this magical Christmas tree holds so many memories from George's family, and he wants to share those with you and us and his friends. He has a party every year where he invites his friends over. We decorate the house, we decorate the tree, and each one of these ornaments holds a memory. His mother was born in the early 1930s, and every year since then, there's been a new ornament added to the tree. So I'll point out just a few of the very special ones that I like. The ships right here. George's grandmother had 10 brothers, and they were all fishermen. So there's ships scattered all over this tree, and those have different family names on them, and it's just representative of that part of the family. His grandmother used to light her Christmas tree in Sweden with real candles. They used to light the candles back in the day, very European thing. These are from Sweden, but George does not light the candles because it's a little bit dangerous. There's pictures of all of the doggies that are in portrait mode here, and it seems to be this is the favorite today of people walking by seeing all the pictures of the dogs throughout the year. And sometimes there's a ghost that appears. I don't know what that was. Pinocchio here. George used to live in Italy, so he grabbed that as a souvenir. So each one of these holds a special memory for him, and he's sharing that with you today. So take a look, enjoy it, and if you have any questions, let me know. You can just kind of pass on through to the dining room. It's so fun. It's really fun.
So as George mentioned, he has 179 years of family history in San Francisco. So everything in this house comes from various family members. The tablecloth, for instance, is from 1870 and belonged to his great-great-grandfather. It was shipped over in a missionary barrel. And the name tags are famous San Franciscans, except for the head of the table there is his mother, Catherine Horsfall. And the china belonged to his great-grandmother. And the chocolate Limoges set over there is from 1894. You'll see a lot of this wallpaper in the houses you go in today, and it's all the hand-painted Bradbury and Bradbury.
George has some of his porcelain collection laid out to be as though people were coming for dessert and coffee. That's why there's some place cards on the table of some well-known historical San Franciscans. The center platter is actually not antique. It's about 30 years old, and it was a gift to George from Kathy. And it has his house on it, of course, right there. So we love this. We love this plate because there's George's house right there. And I know the houses appear on everything, right? Keychains, magnets. I mean, it's just nice to see it on something nice for a change. And then as you come around before exiting out down the hallway where the exit to the house is, so we want to let you know that the kitchen actually used to stop here, right? So when the house was first built in the late 1880s, this was the kitchen wall, and all this was the backyard. So by the time George and his family took over stewardship of the house, it had already been built out and extended. And this is kind of what he and his family walked into. You know, this is it, 1984 vintage kitchen. So out of all of the houses, out of all the rooms in this house, probably the one that's most likely to be thought of for a change would probably be this room. You know, perhaps George in the future might want to make it look more Victorian, but still have obviously all the modern conveniences that we want in a kitchen. So we'll see. We'll see how this room evolves. Every other room that you've seen in the house, of course, is going to stay exactly the way it is because that is the way that it is. And then, as I say, for those of you who don't mind the cold, if you'd like to step out onto the deck to see more of a view, you're welcome to do that. We just ask that you don't go downstairs in the garden. And then, of course, you'll walk around and exit down the hall. But yeah, feel free to come through.
Wow, what a view.
City Affairs Department store, which doesn't exist anymore, but that's where they came back in. So it looks very short. He had the electric railing put in for his mom. So they actually caught somebody last year trying to come down the electric chair. That's why he's sitting right there at the bottom of the stairs, so nobody does. And then these are family portraits, his great-grandmother, great-grandfather, and his aunt. Yeah, the original plumbing for the house. That used to be
So there's 2 more houses, but my body is done. And look at these lines. Cool house. Right on. A little bit more Christmas decorations too. But yeah, body is done and ready to call it a day. So not a full mile, it's more like 3/4 of a mile, so I'm not going to count it. I'm still at mile 8,814. This will make up for any mistakes I might have made with calculating mileage. All right, head back to the house and prepare for the next mini adventure. I'm looking at San Bruno once my back eases up just a little bit more. Hi y'all. So today is December 20th and I'm here in San Francisco at mile 8,821 and I'm getting ready to go check out the Cartoon Art Museum. And this is known as Hearts in San Francisco. Here's some original comics of Batman. Here's one I recognize, Popeye. This was done in 1932. Wow, almost 100 years old. 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo and Strawberry Shortcake's house. Simpsons. That's awesome.